Hello and welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about something simple, fun, and very personal. We're going to talk about your hobbies. Yes, hobbies. The things you enjoy doing in your free time. Maybe you like reading. Maybe you enjoy cooking. Maybe you love watching movies. Or maybe you like walking, drawing, gardening, or learning languages. Hobbies are a wonderful topic in English conversations. Why? Because everyone has something they enjoy doing. And when you talk about hobbies, conversations feel relaxed and natural. So today, I want to help you talk about your hobbies in English. And as you listen, try to repeat after me. Pause the audio if you need to. Say the sentences out loud. Ready? Let's begin. First, let me ask you a question. What do you like to do in your free time? Think about it for a moment. Maybe your answer is simple. You might say, I like reading. Or, I like watching movies. Or, I enjoy listening to music. These are great answers. They are simple and natural. When talking about hobbies, a very common sentence structure is I like plus verb plus ing. For example, I like cooking. I like swimming. I like painting. Simple, right? Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I like reading books. I like listening to music. I like watching movies. Great. Now, let's make the sentence a little more interesting. You can add how often you do the hobby. For example, I like reading books in the evening. I like watching movies on weekends. I like listening to music when I exercise. See how the sentence becomes more detailed? Let's try one together. Repeat after me. I like cooking dinner after work. Nice. Here is another useful expression. Instead of saying I like, you can say I enjoy. For example, I enjoy painting. I enjoy hiking. I enjoy learning new languages. Enjoy sounds very natural in conversation. Let's practice. Repeat after me. I enjoy reading before bed. I enjoy walking in the morning. Very good. Now let me tell you a small story. A few years ago, I met someone at a small gathering. We started talking. At first, the conversation was a little quiet. You know that feeling, right? When two people are not sure what to say. So I asked a simple question. I said, what do you like to do in your free time? Suddenly, the conversation became alive. The person smiled and said, oh, I love photography. And then they started telling stories. They talked about taking pictures during sunrise. They talked about traveling to beautiful places. They talked about waiting patiently for the perfect moment. You see? Hobbies can open the door to great conversations. Now let me ask you another question. Do you have a hobby that relaxes you? Maybe reading relaxes you. Maybe music relaxes you. Maybe cooking relaxes you. You could say something like this. Reading helps me relax. Or, listening to music helps me relax. Repeat after me. Reading helps me relax. Music helps me relax. Great job. Now let's talk about another common sentence. You can say, one of my hobbies is. For example, one of my hobbies is gardening. One of my hobbies is painting. One of my hobbies is collecting books. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. One of my hobbies is cooking. One of my hobbies is watching documentaries. Excellent. Now here is a small tip for you. When you talk about hobbies, it is good to explain why you like them. This makes your English sound more natural. For example, I like reading because it helps me relax. I enjoy cooking because I love trying new recipes. I like walking because it clears my mind. Repeat after me. I enjoy music because it makes me happy. Nice. Now, let's imagine a simple conversation. Someone asks you, "What are your hobbies?" You might answer like this. Well, I enjoy reading and watching movies. I usually read in the evening. And on weekends, I like watching movies with friends. That sounds natural and friendly. Now let me ask you something interesting. Did you have hobbies when you were a child? Think about it. Maybe you liked drawing. Maybe you enjoyed playing sports. Maybe you loved riding a bicycle. You can talk about past hobbies using used to. For example, I used to play football. I used to draw a lot. I used to collect stamps. Repeat after me. I used to play basketball. I used to draw when I was a child. Very good. Now here is another useful phrase. You can say, recently I started. For example, recently I started learning guitar. Recently I started jogging. Recently I started gardening. Repeat after me. Recently I started learning Spanish. Recently I started cooking more. Great. Let me share another short story with you. A friend of mine once said something interesting. They said, "If you don't have a hobby, find one." At first, I laughed. But then I thought about it. Hobbies are important. They help us relax. They help us learn new things. And sometimes, hobbies even become careers. Think about that. Someone who loves photography might become a photographer. Someone who loves cooking might become a chef. Someone who enjoys writing might become an author. Isn't that interesting? Now let me ask you another question. Do you prefer hobbies you do alone or with other people? Some people enjoy quiet hobbies. For example, reading, drawing, writing. Other people enjoy social hobbies. For example, playing sports, dancing, traveling with friends. Both are great. You might say something like this. I enjoy reading because it is peaceful. Or, I enjoy playing football because it is fun with friends. Repeat after me. I enjoy reading because it is peaceful. I enjoy sports because they are exciting. Very good. Here is another natural phrase. You can say, in my free time. For example, in my free time, I like watching movies. In my free time, I enjoy cooking. In my free time, I like going for walks. Repeat after me. In my free time, I like listening to podcasts. Nice. Let's build a slightly longer answer. Imagine someone asks, "What do you do in your free time?" You might say, "In my free time, I enjoy reading books. I also like listening to music. Sometimes I go for long walks." Doesn't that sound natural? Now here is a helpful tip. When you talk about hobbies, try to show your feelings. For example, it makes me happy. It helps me relax. It gives me energy. Let's practice. Repeat after me. Music makes me happy. Walking gives me energy. Excellent. Before we finish today, I want you to try something. Think of 3 hobbies you enjoy. Just 3. Now try to describe them in English. You can follow this simple pattern. First, say the hobby. Second, explain when you do it. Third, explain why you like it. For example, I enjoy reading books. I usually read before bed. It helps me relax. See? Simple and clear. You can do the same with your hobbies. And remember something important. You do not need perfect English. You just need clear English. Speak slowly. Use simple sentences. And practice every day. Little by little, your confidence will grow. One day, you will talk about your hobbies easily. And maybe, you will even make new friends through your hobbies. So before we finish, let me ask you one last question. What hobby would you like to start in the future? Maybe learning a musical instrument. Maybe painting. Maybe learning a new language. Whatever it is, start small. Enjoy the process. And talk about it in English. Thank you for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, keep practicing your shadowing. Listen again. Repeat the sentences. Speak out loud. And little by little, your English will become stronger. I'll see you in the next episode. Happy learning and enjoy talking about your hobbies.